Now. Okay. Hello, guys, to our second episode of Real Talk podcast. And with me today is my co-host Nikola Tasic, who is with me almost always. Hi, Nikola.
Hi.
And this time also, two special guests now, of course.
What a timing!
But before we announce the big guest, I hear myself twice though. I think it's from Jalen, or no? I think it's okay. He'll probably try to rejoin. And with me is also Lazar Hristov from Fantasi Masteri, who will now introduce himself best. We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you, Lazar. I don't know why.
Probably се дисконектиш možda bolje.
Can you hear me now?
Hoće da zabaguje.
Yes.
Da.
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, thank you guys for having me. My name is Lazar. I'm from Fantasi Masteri Euroleague organization, and you guys know that, but maybe the audience who's watching us don't. I'm head of the Euroleague section. We have two parts. We have the Premier League football and Euroleague talking about basketball and Fantasi Euroleague game. This is our second season that we have just finished with our fantasy league. We give out a lot of prizes to the contestants. We have a lot of people following us on social medias, especially Instagram. We have our own podcast on Fantasi Masteri channel where we talk about every game week, every round. We introduce some good fantasy picks or some picks to avoid. So yeah, that's something that we do. We follow EuroLeague. We watch all the games. It can be tiring sometimes, and it will be more tiring next season. Hello, Jalen. I don't know if he can hear us. But...
Oh, what's up?
Hello.
No, now I can.
Good. There's no echo right now. Yeah, no.
No,
okay.
No echo.
So
is there echo for you guys?
Yeah, everything's fine on my side anyway. So yes,
my side is.
You don't see
no.
him, but you hear him or no?
No.
It's okay. I think it's fine. I'm looking at the YouTube. I'm looking at the video on YouTube, and everything's fine. So I guess it's okay. I wouldn't like to take any longer to introduce myself. We can talk a little bit more and in detail about our fantasy leagues and what we do throughout the episode. But I would like to give my word to our special guest today, someone we are happy to see today.
Right. Yeah. My name's JALEEN Smith. I played in Alba Berlin where they were in the Euroleague. Then Partizan, and then also in Bologna. But now I'm in Turkey. I was playing with Başakşehir, and then now I'm playing with Türk Telekom. So that's where I'm at now.
Nice.
Nice to have you, Jalen, and also congratulations for signing just recently your contract. And I'm somebody who follows you almost through your whole way, so we know each other for a while. And what did make you decide to stay in Turkey?
Yeah, no, what they were offering, it was good money, but also it was like a role that, I lead the team. It's kind of like how I had it in Başakşehir, almost, they had me playing point guard, I'll probably play like 30, 35 minutes. And right now, I think that's the most valuable thing right now is just getting the reps, and then whatever happens after this season.
The pointer switched right through by Smith. He's got 6 points now.
Okay, we were talking about it with you about maybe if you would go to the EuroLeague, maybe you can share which clubs maybe you have been talking or who's approaching to you if you can.
I know Paris in the corner. My agents, but then they went ghost, so I guess they found another option. But that was
another assist for JALEEN Smith.
The only team I know. My agent will hit up Paris, Milan, but
saves it, but then
nothing other than that. Though it was really quiet with the EuroLeague.
for the basket for Bacashir.
We have also now, I'm playing now some of your highlights from the season. You have been all EuroCup first team. Yeah,
Congrats,
everybody
man.
was maybe thinking that you'll make the step to the EuroLeague, but you want to stay one more year and make it to the EuroLeague next year then, as you said. What is now to be expected with
Fixing
Croatian
up their
national team
shoes,
then?
making sure they are all set
we have
to continue with play.
free qualifications for the World Cup. So everybody that's in the Eurobasket, they automatically qualify for the qualifiers. So now we're like in the groups with like Pakistan, or them other countries you don't hear about.
The easy groups.
Exactly. So
No disrespect, though. No disrespect, though.
Yeah, no disrespect.
I first
But
thought that you were talking about Azubuike from Budućnost, but then I realized it cannot be. It sounded pretty equal.
Yeah, he had his own country. So we play those kind of teams, So
When do the pre-qualifiers start? Sorry for interrupting.
They start. The first game's like August 6th. I think the last game is August 22nd, I think.
Okay, so it's getting closer. It's getting closer.
Right. Yeah, no, we start training camp for the national team July 20th.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in about 2 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah.
When did they approach you? When did the Croatian national team approach you? Was it like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was actually the last Eurobasket.
Oh, really?
So when was that? Like 2021?
2021.
2022.
2022. Sorry, 2022.
Right? Okay.
2022.
Yeah. It was my second year in Alba. So they approached me. I guess they were looking to naturalize. I didn't know if they had a naturalized player for a while. So they just hit up my age.
Lafayette before.
Maybe. I think so. Because I'm like they said I'm only like the third naturalized player.
JALEEN Smith.
They hit up my age.
Easy shot off the boards. And Smith makes the two. Boutte swings it back to Smith, who puts it away for two.
Do you enjoy the country? The seaside?
I enjoy it. Oh, man.
Smith, can he pull it back? Kavanagh for three. And a great finish once more by Smith. Smith's patience. It's an easy 2 points.
Oh, nice.
Even like around like February, I was in Zadar. I was in Zadar, and even there, it wasn't really even that cold. It was pretty good weather, around February. So I've been, I think, and also I've been to Split for like 6 hours. But I think in 6 hours you can see everything in Split.
Yeah, nice vibes all around.
No, it's nice vibes. Yeah, no, along that coastline is like really good. So I really enjoyed it.
Nice. Who's your favorite teammate from the national?
Sorry? Say it again.
Who's your favorite teammate from the national team?
Mario.
Mario, yeah.
No, he's great, man. He's great.
Super Mario.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's great, man. Great on the court and off the court, man. It's like he's like our leader whenever Sarge is not around, He's a really good guy and a good player. So I think, definitely one of my favorite teammates that I've played with on the national team.
So, JALEEN, do you also play Fantasy Challenge of the EuroLeague sometimes?
Not the EuroLeague. I played EuroCup last year.
I knew it. We have to start EuroCup Fantasy Challenge this season.
Let me finish, man. Let me finish. I didn't do too good. So I'm like, I'm not gonna play it this year. I'm off this, man. It's too much.
It's for fun though.
It's fun. No, it's fun. It's really fun. So I might need to start doing the EuroLeague. Start paying more attention to EuroLeague plays. The EuroLeague is going to be really good again this year. Now with 20 teams and now more players, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the beginning of the season as much as I'm not, because there will be so many double game weeks, and double game weeks
Oh
are
man.
the death of the fantasy EuroLeague score.
And
Like you,
imagine that for you. Imagine that for the players. Like
oh,
you're
I
not gonna get
cannot
like their
imagine.
maximum. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough on the players. Now they're gonna have to travel to Dubai now, and
Yes.
those games you gotta basically bet your money on Dubai. Basically, whoever playing on Dubai, because the other team's gonna be tired from the travel.
I guess Dubai can be a dark horse of this season.
No. I mean, having that kind of like that home advantage is it's gonna be good for them. I think for
Yeah.
them it's just gonna be how they handle it when they go on the road. Because I mean
Yeah,
they're gonna have
that's
to
it.
travel as
Mhm.
well. So that's gonna be tough on them. But no, the EuroLeague season is gonna be exciting with more double weeks and more games.
We miss you, bro. I'm a Partizan fan, so we miss you. I can tell you
Oh
that.
man, I appreciate it. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
He also.
You
Thank
can
you,
always
thank
see
you.
a lot of comments like "Come to Partizan, bro," on almost every
Yeah.
player. But for you, it's always like "Come back, come back."
You know what? I'm shocked. I didn't know the Badushnos had so many fans. Badushnos, I didn't know they
Oh,
had so many fans. Yeah,
they are fiery, bro. They are fiery. They're
Yeah.
fiery.
yeah, man. So
Uh,
that was like more comments that I seen was like, "Come to Badushnos, come play
You
with
know,
your bro
the
Suleiman and Dresdy Hank." I was like, "What?"
the coastline
Too
is
funny.
good, but I think it's not as good as Croatian. So yeah.
No.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the Budućnost has a lot of fans. Before Željko coming to Partizan, it seemed as if Zvezda had more fans, but as soon as Željko came back, we have woken up. We have woken up.
They
We've
were.
started.
The fans were hibernating. The fans were
Yeah, we
hibernating,
were
waiting for something
hibernating for
big.
a long time. Yeah. So
I have a
Željko had
fitting
left.
comment now in YouTube, and it's from Luka Vujasinovic. And as you guys know, he's also part of the Kaka Mega coaching
Mhm.
stuff. So guess what he said? Come to Mega, bro.
Come to Mega. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Mega is a one-way ticket to the NBA draft, so
Oh yeah, should have called me
yeah.
like freaking like
Well-
8 years ago. Whenever I was trying. I'm good. I'm good over here in Europe now. I'm good over here.
Yeah. You're doing great, bro.
Jalen, taking a look at next season's EuroLeague, like which players would you say are players to watch, or maybe also the connection with Fantasi Masteri in the Fantasy League? Which players would you recommend maybe that they're maybe not considered superstars now, but players to watch or maybe to put on the fantasy teams?
Yeah, I know. You know, a player that I really like is Alpha Diallo. He's actually a good guy for fantasy. I feel like because he do a little bit of everything, and he
We
doesn't make that many
recommended him.
mistakes.
We recommended him, especially
Yes.
towards the end of the season. Yeah, he's a very reliable player.
Yes. He was really
How
good
much
in
does he
the
cost,
Final
Lazar?
Four. Yeah, no, he's
How
gonna
much
be a
did he
lot.
cost?
I'm sure.
He's not that he wasn't that expensive. He was a good player to pick, not as a budget pick, but somewhere in the middle, like not too expensive, not too cheap. A good forward to pick for your team. He wasn't always consistent with his numbers. A little bit of when it comes to fantasy EuroLeague, you have to watch the numbers. Like yes, the game is the game, and people who understand the game understand it, and they can maybe look at some things differently. But when it comes to fantasy EuroLeague, it's tough because you have to watch the numbers, and the more games there are, the more teams, I guess the more inconsistent the players will be. There will be more injuries. There will be less consistent, especially when it comes to double game weeks, the rotations. Like it's not like the NBA where you have the exact range of minutes which players will play. This is still, I think, it's still a coaches league. Like EuroLeague and EuroCup are both coaches leagues. They make the decisions. So yeah, it will be tough to predict. What the player I will look at the most, one of the players that I will look at the most when it comes to EuroLeague, this is his first season, Jean Montero from Valencia. I think
that would be interesting.
I think he will be interesting. Maybe his physicality is something that is a little bit on that's his downside, but we saw what TJ Shorts could do with his size. Of course, I think he is quite a better player, but we will see the Montero's price and his role for the EuroLeague season. I'm very excited to see Valencia back.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Jalen, a question to you. Like, you played EuroLeague and EuroCup just recently. Like, how is the transition between those two levels? Like, as per the game, and it's like the level. Is there like a gap, or you cannot feel it? Like, what's the difference
with the EuroLeague and EuroCup? I would say one big advantage EuroLeague has is like the size. So you see, like you said, Montero dominated EuroCup. Now he going to the EuroLeague, and let's see how he does with the physicality. With TJ Shorts, it was pretty easy for him because it was like just another step for him. But I think that physicality, with the players is different. And in EuroCup, I feel like it's more of a guard-dominated league rather than EuroLeague. You have maybe like, you might have a four-man that's like, let's say Vezinkov, for example, he could dominate and be good on his team, or you have. Let's say, just throwing out names like Tavares would be big for Real Madrid, So I think that's another big difference.
Yeah.
Lazar, yeah, no, exactly. Like you have, like if you look in EuroCup, you would probably have maybe like one or two big men throughout the whole league that are like really good, rather than in EuroLeague you have maybe like 7, 8, 9 that are like good. You know what I mean? So I think that's another big difference is the small amount of big men in EuroCup compared to the EuroLeague. And then also just the game, I think the pace of the game also. I think EuroLeague is a little bit more faster than the EuroCup, I would say.
Okay.
Like you might have more teams that are playing a little bit slower in the EuroCup just to, just trying to win, get wins, rather than in EuroLeague, you have teams that are just playing fast all the time, but they know how to control their pace. If that makes sense.
Okay, but we can see, I think, even more talent coming up from the EuroCup now to the EuroLeague. As you said, John Montero.
Yeah,
okay, he was already
I think it's definitely more guards. It's for sure the guards because, like I said, it's more dominated by the guards, so they can showcase their skills more.
Queen Alice, for example, one of the new additions to Milano, for example, also.
Really,
also
that whole Trento team.
Trento was very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Quinn Ellis, Milan, the two guard with dreads. He went to Barcelona. He's in Barcelona. Even the
CM. I just forgot his name.
Miles
but
Kell.
yes,
Miles Kell. Barcelona.
Yeah.
You have Jordan Ford. He stayed in EuroCup. But even the coach, he even elevated to EuroLeague. Now he's coaching Baskonia. So it'd be, like, and they basically played 4 guards and 1 big the whole game, So, that's like a prime example of like a team in EuroCup just having guards that showcase their skills, and they got to, like, those guys went to EuroLeague.
And what about if you would have to make, let's say, a starting 5 and a second 5 of players that you played with throughout your whole career?
Yeah.
What
going
would that
back
be
to the
like?
College?
Going back to college.
Yeah. Summer league also maybe.
Let's see.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Jalen actually started his roadmap of career in Europe at the second Bundesliga in Pro A at Heidelberg. Then he made his way, I think, after 2 years in Heidelberg, if I'm not mistaken. And then you went to Ludwigsburg, Alba, Virtus, Partizan, and now Bahçeşehir and Türk Telekom. Can we go back to the Pro A, to Heidelberg, because it was like your first years in Germany, and we have spoken about this with you, but maybe you can share. You said it was kind of like you was surprised about the level that was played in the second Bundesliga. Maybe you came over, you thought like, okay, man, it's Germany's second league, I'm gonna drop 30.
No, exactly. Like I was telling you, from that transition from like EuroCup to EuroLeague, that's how college to like the pro level was for me, because I played against bigs that weren't really that like bigs. They were more like foremen. So in college, I was dominating a lot, just, getting into the paint and finishing easy without, having a shot blocker. So then I get to the pro level and, I can't do that stuff. So I had to develop a shot. And I really struggled that first year in Heidelberg, just like the speed of the game, in college in the US compared to the pro level. College, at the time you had 30 seconds. And do they still do 30 seconds in college, right?
I think so.
I think they do, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, at the time they had 30 seconds on the clock to compare it to 24, and having that little 6-second difference was really big at the time for me. So I kind of struggled with that. And then, throughout that year in Heidelberg, I started off pretty good, decent. And then towards around October, November, I started fading off and, not really playing how I should have been playing. And, credit to Heidelberg, they stuck with me. They didn't really, cut me whenever I was playing really shitty, if I can say that, playing really shitty. So then at the end of the year, I kind of figured it out. I played really well. And then they ended up offering me an extension for that second year. And then in that second year, came in, knew the situation, knew what was happening, knew the coach, everything was good. So then after that, I played really well, and, we ended up making it to the semifinal, but we lost to Nuremberg in the semifinal. I think it was 3-1, I think.
I have a question for you. You, of course, coming from America, and is the second season for players that come from United States and from that kind of game over there, is the second season the most important usually for them to when they adapt over the first season? It's last season in EuroLeague we have 70 something players from United States, I think. And maybe
Right.
even more. I'm not sure, but it was a very and I think there will be more, of course, coming from United States. Do you think that the second season is the one that we should look out for those players because of their adaptation and the time they need to adapt?
I think with some players, I think it's just the situation, So I'm trying to think of maybe a guy with an example, maybe. But
it's always a little bit tricky to predict someone's performance when they come first season after the college or after the summer league or after NBA, not playing there for minutes that they think they should have. It's usually the first season where they adapt to the situation and the coach's requirements and what they need to do to fit the team. What is the difference? You were under Radonjic last season, right? How was it with him? He can be.
Yeah, no.
Was he a little bit tough on you?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, but even before I came to Başakşehir, he laid it out for me yo, I want you. I know what you could do. I just need you to lead, That's all he said. He knows what I could do and just wanted me to lead. So, of course, he was really hard on me because, he's putting all of his faith in me, to lead the team to the EuroLeague. So he was really tough, but he's also fair, you know what I mean? He's also a really good guy. You could just talk with him about anything and he's gonna be understanding. I heard compared to his English was really good, but compared to previous years, his English was 0 to none.
His English, we all remember his English when he was the coach. That was
Hey, people showing me videos of him in Bayern. I'm like, what? He didn't even say nothing.
Yeah, that's awesome. He's a funny guy, though. He is a very fun but very good coach.
Man, he's so sarcastic. It's crazy.
Yes, he is.
Sometimes you can't even take him serious, and it's a serious moment because he's just being sarcastic. But he's great, man. He's great.
Yeah, what was the situation with Radonjic considering defense? Was he?
No,
did he require a lot of?
No, he required a lot of physicality, and you saw it in our play. It was we played really slow, but we basically just try to punk you. You know what I mean? Yeah. We had a bunch of older guys that just played the EuroLeague, and we just try to punk you until you don't want to play against us, And that's how we kind of won a lot of those games. Was we just punked a lot of people and just controlled the game. But I think on defense he was like really, that was like his thing. Like you have to give 100% on defense, and then on offense is like just free game. Like he didn't really give us much rules on offense. It was just like play pick and roll. If we find a mismatch, then we find a mismatch and go out the mismatch. That was the big thing.
How is that compared to Željko? Like we know Željko is strict and he has his rules and everything. Like how would you compare those two coaches? It's especially interesting for people here because one of them coached Zvezda, one of them is a Partizan legend. So how would you compare those two systems? I guess they're different.
No, they're very different.
Guys.
So
in your eyes, you're good guys.
Only in your eyes.
So let's flip that. So we said Dejan is a defensive coach. I think Željko is more of a offensive minded coach because whenever I was in Partizan for 6 months and this dude has like plays for this kind of defense, and then this kind of defense. You know what I mean? So he has counters to however anybody plays against him. So that's why his teams are so good on offense is that he prepares like a game plan for like these kind of plays against this specific team.
Yeah.
And he's played these teams he played against these coaches for so long that he knows them like the back of their hand. So if they try to switch up anything, he already knows and he's preparing for it. So it's like he's like seasoned compared to Dejan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, he's a EuroLeague legend. But do you think it's a little bit? It can be too difficult for players, especially coming from the overseas, to learn all those plays and counters and set offense and defense. Do you think it can be a little bit too much for them to?
Yeah, I think it's too much. Like you have to play in a system that requires that amount of focus, or you have to, how can I say, like have the experience in that. You know what I mean? And like you said, a lot of those guys.
What you need to
do. Exactly. Like that was another thing. Me coming from college was I didn't know like what the hell a fucking hedge was. I've never played against a hedge because everybody played everybody just packed the paint and then just like, okay, just make somebody shoot,
Yeah.
And that's what I had to realize too is like, okay, this team is gonna play hedge. How do I beat the hedge? Or this team is playing like switch. Like this team's playing switch. Like how do I beat the switch? I had to realize that, throughout that first year that, I had to figure out this defense. I have to beat it like this. And that kind of helped me throughout, in my career going from the second year on is that, having that experience to go against those type of defenses, helped me throughout my career. And I'm still learning, how to beat these certain type of defenses, but now in like a different way now.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Has it become any easier over the years? I guess it has.
I think it's become a lot easier. Now it's like everything requires more fast ball movement. So, me as a point guard, if I see a hedge now, I'm just trying to get the ball out quick because I already have 2 on me. It's going to be a mismatch going 4-on-3 after that. Or
Awesome.
Now with the switch, you could do like maybe like a go screen with the guard, or you could do a dribble handoff or something like that.
To trick the defense, yeah.
Exactly. So it's coming a lot easier now. It's just figuring out different more ways to beat different defenses now.
And
I have a lot of questions though. I just want the guys to see to see if they have any.
No, it's all good. JALEEN, you switched mid-season from back then from Virtus to Partizan, and also now connecting to the questions Lazar had, like how difficult is it to learn all the plays, the defensive things in such a short amount of time? Like it was just a couple of days.
It's like basically like you're jumping it. So you're in college, you jump into a class. And they're just like, okay, here goes the quiz. Just take it. That's how tough it was for me to learn under Željko. Because like I told you, he has specific plays for certain defenses. So I'm going through the scout. I was like, okay, here goes. Okay, we just say 3 plays. Okay, I'm just trying to get these 3 plays. Okay, I trying to think about it, and then the next day it's like, okay, we're gonna do another 3 plays that has nothing to do with the 3 plays we just did. I'm like, what? I'm just shaking my head, like, what is going on? Like,
The focus must be crazy, bro. The focus
has
must
to be
on
crazy.
point.
It has to be crazy because, like, I mean, it's good that I never went in the first group, but in that second group, you have to just see like what your guys doing. So I was behind Alexa Abramovich, and I'm just learning, just like seeing like what he's doing, you know, because Zelko wants you to be in a specific spot. If you're not in that specific spot, he's gonna get on you about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm literally just looking at Alexa, just like, okay, he's here. I gotta be here. Okay, I gotta do the handoff this way. I gotta pass it this specific way and to get into play. So doing that, like I said, it's just like you're getting the test without even knowing like what you're getting tested on. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it
So
must
it's
be a
more
lot.
focusing where to run than on the game itself, right?
No, exactly. Because I mean, when you learn the plays, like you have to play with specifically how he wants. I mean, you're gonna get an open shot at any time, or you're gonna get an open layup. It's just a matter of just the focus within the play for 5 guys rather than just like maybe 3. It has to be like all 5 has to be focused on that.
Yeah. That's why he was so successful with such experienced players over the years, because they knew the systems, they knew what to focus on, and it was easier for them to execute those kind. And that season was very unfortunate. As a Partizan fan, it was very painful. There was a lot of potential. There was a lot of potential there. Yeah, we all remember what happened, but yeah, how was it from your perspective? Like looking at Željko, the way he, of course, coached the team, the way he interacted with you guys. Was it different between the Serbians and you guys? Was it any difference there, or did you all?
No,
did he treat you all the same?
He treated us. He didn't treat us all the same. I'll tell you that. It was crazy. You're a foreigner, so you're just there. So you hear him just talking in Serbian, and you see the Serbian kids are just listening. It's not something good, but it's like he's talking like that for like 30 minutes straight. So you're like trying to wonder, what is he saying to them?
What's he talking about?
Like, yeah, like they turned the ball over, and it's like 30 seconds. Yeah, oh man, it's like it was bad. This Serbians had it bad. It was like I was like, you're sitting there, you're seeing it, you're like, man, I'm just glad I'm not Serbian. That's how I think about it. Jesus Christ, because like he can say a lot of stuff in Serbian, but in English it doesn't translate right.
Yeah.
And the Serbians just told us a little. Exactly. So you just get what the Serbians tell you, and you're like, oh, okay, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, who was the best guy there? I mean, who was the best guy on that team? Who did you connect with the most?
Alexa. I connected with Alexa and James Nunley a lot. With James, he was like one of the first guys that kind of like took me under his wing and just helped me out through with Zelko, because he played with him for so long and he had the experience. So I mean, whenever I started listening with him, it was just everything just got so much easier.
Yeah.
And then with Alexa, he's just such an energetic guy that you just naturally just get drawn to that energy, and he's a really good dude. Like I think it got to the point like I think around February or March, we just had started shooting together because he just wanted to, get under my shooting resume and just wanted to get extra shots. So we were just shooting together until the season ended. So,
awesome.
We was always, together and just learning from each other different things. So that was really good.
Awesome. That's amazing.
One question for you.
Yeah.
Finally.
I think I know what you about to ask. You about to ask it. I know.
I was avoiding that for so long.
But because there are also some fans, and I need to ask you about in that game when you Partizan went from when it was game to you guys went home in national champion game with Crvena Zvezda. You remember?
Yes.
What happened there?
Okay, so this is what happened. So I'll take you to how it was on the court. So we're waiting on the court.
There is a lot of stories, and we don't know real truth.
Yeah, no, I can tell you exactly what happened. It was crazy. So we're on the court. Red Star left. They end up leaving the court. So we're waiting. We waited for like 40 minutes. I mean, y'all was probably there too. So then, talk with the fans. Blah blah blah. We go in the locker room. We're sitting in the locker room for like 15 minutes, and we're asking like, do we go home or what's going on? Are we gonna still play or something going on? So then they tell us that we can end up going home. So everybody showering. Like, I think it was like me, exactly Day. I think KP. I would say James, but it was like maybe like a handful of us still there in the locker room. So I'm leaving out the locker room. And Luca, the team manager, he comes running out from the coach's lounge. He's saying, go back, go change. We're about to start playing again. They came back on the court. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Man, what are you talking about? So then I keep walking to my car, but then I was like, I'm going to go check the court, see if they're on there. And Red Star, they're literally on the court with the referees just waiting. I'm like, yo, like, what are we gonna do? Like, what? Like, I don't know if I should stay or I should go. So then I talked with Tompkins, and they just saying they walked. They were waiting for like, I think they were gonna wait for 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes until we came back out and played. But at that point, everybody was already at home. Like, teammates didn't of like their food for dinner, and everybody was already comfortable at home. They wasn't gonna come back. So I was like, oh damn! I was like, man, I guess we just go home and we'll see what happens tomorrow. So they end up doing that, whatever. So then we have the exit meeting, and then Zelko just says that we end up just forfeiting the match, and have a nice off season. So that was that. Yeah, that was actually what happened. Whenever they did come back out on the court, like basically most of the team was already at home, gone, man.
Yeah.
Also, I have another question.
Yeah.
Also again spicy. Sorry, but
yeah.
I need to ask you also for James fight.
I knew it,
guy.
No, it's gotta come up
down there.
No, I want to ask first. What do you think happened watching the cameras? What do you think happened?
You were the hero.
Other than oh boy, hey.
Everything else was not important, bro.
Hey, now I'm gonna say this is fast, but I don't know
It
what
was the tension. The tensions were
Honestly.
high. Like, I guess the tensions were too high, and sometimes from looking from the outside, it feels like the tensions are building up outside of the court, and I'm sad to see that it spills onto the court as well. Like, I don't know if there are players that start that on the court, but I just can't imagine that there will be people or players that would do such a thing out of nowhere. Like, I guess that there must be something coming from the outside to start the sparks and to lead the situation in that way, and then it escalates. Like, we're people.
Yeah.
like
No, for
street
sure.
ball this year.
Yeah,
Like
no, that was
street ball
crazy. That
this
street
year,
ball
yeah.
was crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, but you see, nothing happened with those guys. That was like the strange thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was like Red Star fans or that was just like random people on the street that did that. But it was still like it still didn't look good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can tell you. I mean, I can tell you how it kind of got started, and then what happened during it. So I think it was game. It was like game 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like around like the end of the third or fourth quarter. So we're at the free throw line, and I remember James just like with Lazarovich, they were at the free throw line about to box out, and I just remember James just like ducking his head for some reason, and then they started getting into it. But I didn't see exactly what happened between those two guys. So that kind of started something a little bit there. And then, we're going into, I think we played game 3. No, we're going into game 3. So we're back in Belgrade Arena. So the night before, me and James got like haircuts, So then the morning of shoot around, after shoot around, I see James just like looking at himself. I'm like, yo, man, get out the mirror, bro. You don't look that good, man. Just go. So it's like literally like we were like the last two off the court, just walking down the long tunnel. And then, you see Red Star's locker room open. So then all of a sudden, me and James walk past the locker room. And then Lazar just comes out, just starts like charging James. He's like, yo, man, I didn't like what you did after during the game too. Like, I don't like what you did. And then James like, yo, man, just get out of my face, bro. So they started just talking back and forth, start going back and forth. And Lazar starts, tries to swing at James. He misses. And then the part that y'all saw in the video, James steps back and then swings at Lazarevic. Hits him, and then Lazarevic, I think he just got on top of James, and then that's when you see me trying to grab Lazarevic so he don't, swing back at James. And then after that, everybody started coming in and stuff like that. And I wish, I don't know how they did not get that on video. I don't know if it was cut out or something, but it was I think it was like a video, like an angle at the end of the hallway that you could have seen everything, but it was like cut out. I wish you would have seen that part. Because Lazarevic,
that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. Missing a little bit of the video.
It happens also. It's Balkan thing, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Because all of a sudden you see like it's clear, and then all of a sudden you just see everybody just running in the hallway, trying to break it out. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
It's a typical altercation that shouldn't have just escalated that much, but it is what it is. Like, fortunately, you were there to stop it, though. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. That was crazy to be a part of that.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't allow people to go after you, but yeah, there's no place for that. It's just like a bad event that shouldn't have happened. Like I don't think it's nothing too crazy, but it wasn't necessary. Like
sometimes it brings you closer to the EuroLeague title, right?
Wow. things we all think. Things we all think, but don't say.
2-0. Yeah, but suddenly you turn a 2-0 into 3-2 for your team.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man.
That happened.
Bro, and the thing with the Real Madrid and everything like that is that's just a lot of misfortune for us. But
so would you say for their championship, would you say that's like an asterisk? Because it could have been like,
I think so. I think whenever something like that happens, and there were many things that happened like that in the past. Like I've been watching Adriatic League from when I was like 7 years old, so it was like 20 years ago, and there have been those kinds of incidents many times. And if you look back at the Adriatic League, I'm not sure how many titles have been won without the asterisk.
For sure.
So,
God.
It has become cleaner. It has become cleaner lately because both teams are in the EuroLeague, and we have to keep a good image, try to keep a good image for ourselves. Because that's what they look at. And I think that's good. I think that's a good side of playing in the EuroLeague and paying to play. Like, of course, people say like it's not fair to pay so much. But I think that it has kept our derbies a little bit cleaner. Because before, when only one club was in the EuroLeague, first the Partizan, then Zvezda, for a longer time, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that at all. It wasn't regulated as much as they try to do that now. There are still mishaps like that, and it's unfortunate that it's on our side, but it is what it is. Like, it's something that I think I hope it will fix as the time goes by. Now, Serbian clubs are 3 years in EuroLeague. They have the licenses for 3 years, and I think that now it should go and be peaceful. Try to be as peaceful as possible in the coming years.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What do you guys think would be the next step for EuroLeague after the 20 teams? Like if they want to do an expansion, maybe 22 or 24, which clubs do you consider?
24, I think, is the logical step.
I think they like. What are the other big cities in Europe that they could?
Moscow, if they want to include
Oh
Russia.
yeah, so Moscow, and then what?
St.
St.
Petersburg, Zenit.
Petersburg,
Yeah.
London.
Yeah, but that will
Yeah,
take
Yes.
a long time though. The war is
And
far
then
from over. I don't think that's gonna be
yeah,
soon.
Well, the other, I don't know, for EuroLeague, Spain and France, I think, are and Turkey are three of the strongest leagues. Because ABA League, however strong it is, with Zvezda, Partizan, Dubai, and I think Hapoel will be joining
yeah,
ABA League.
Hopewell, yeah,
Yeah.
Cluj.
Still, I think that
yeah.
Spanish League, Turkish League, and French League are three of the strongest right now. And
I
I
can
think
say Turkish league is really good.
Turkish League is a beast. Like
I didn't know it was like this, but it's like that, man. It's really good. I
yeah.
think
So
now it might be second behind Spanish league. I feel like.
for example,
Yeah, I think so.
you guys, I know you're in Turk Telekom now, but any Turkish team like Türk Telekom, Başakşehir, Beşiktaş, they can all go to EuroLeague and be on par with Hapoel, for example, and Dubai, maybe
Yeah,
even better. So I think the
yeah.
Turkish team and maybe some Spanish team like Unicaja. Unicaja is a
Oh, yeah,
beast.
yeah.
They
I
are
mean, they
very
already
strong.
have the roster. Yeah, no, they're good. They're good.
Yeah. Now
It's
they
a really
have
good destination too.
yes, yes. Malaga is an amazing city. So yes, they have sold some players now, but I think they have a strong system and they deserve to be. I just think they choose to be in FIBA Champions League because of the less amount of money spent or maybe
Right.
earning a bit more there. But I think Spanish clubs and Turkish clubs have the most chance if Russian clubs are not involved.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
for
Yeah,
that
sure.
but
the league without Russia is a little bit. It's like something's missing without the
Yeah.
CSKA and Zenit. It's like something's missing.
Another team with
well, yeah,
two teams with
CSKA
money, man.
yes, but CSKA yes, but the Russian league is not that good as it was because all the players went out, so the level is going down. CSKA will be in for sure whenever the things are cleared because they have a license. But I think London Lions will be also a club that nobody of you mentioned, but probably they also look forward to it because it's a big market. And Jalen, was there actually something still from the rumor, kind of like because there was one I think a year ago, if Beşiktaş or Bahçeşehir, either one makes it to the EuroLeague, that they would make a fusion.
I think even if now, I think if they would make it, they might fuse a team. I'm not sure how true it is. I know
Hmm.
last year, I know they said they were talking about it, but then they end up not doing it, you know. But I think if one of those two teams make it in the future, they might do it. I mean, it would
Hmm.
probably make one of the strongest like Turkish teams, really, even up there with
Hmm.
like Finner, you know. They have, I mean, they like I know Başakşehir has the money, and then Beşiktaş just has the fan base. So I feel like it would be, you know, a match made in heaven, you know, combining those teams together.
But to be fair, if we're speaking about a further expansion, okay, let's say London is in, and maybe one of Beşiktaş, Bahçeşehir, or
Yeah,
whatever.
let's say a Turkish team, yeah.
Yeah, let's say a Turkish team. Then we will have, I think, 4 from Turkey, right? Then because it's Efes, Fener, and no, it will
There'll
be
be
3
three.
teams, right? 3.
Hmm?
Okay. But then from Spain, I don't think that they would put up so much 5 teams, isn't it? And also
No,
the
no.
Spanish teams now with going that step to the BCL. It's only 1 team in EuroCup now. It has been 3 before. So, and Malaga also lost a lot of players. Okay, of course, Malaga will
Hmm.
not go up now with expansion, but I think when they make a good season in the BCL, like all the teams, I feel they lose their players mostly, except some veterans. Now also
Mhm.
Cameron Taylor, I think he did like a great job on Malaga. Like I know him from Rundorf, and he did a great job. Will now be in the EuroLeague. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Now
know if
he's
it's
back.
gonna be another Spanish team. And you like the Spanish market is full, but what about France? I don't know. Like except Paris, Asvel, and
Monaco.
Monaco, of course. Yeah. I don't see any other team that would
maybe Germany again. I don't know. Maybe another German team. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if they would have the money for that though. You know what I mean?
I think Turkey might be the
that.
closest. Turkey might be the closest one.
Yeah, no, for
yeah,
sure.
Turkey, we have them in. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe Cluj in Romania. Maybe I don't know.
Cluj, Napoca,
oh, that's
yes.
a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, they have the fan base.
Yeah, 20,000 or something arena, and they sometimes they're
always full. For
you played them or didn't you this year?
No, I didn't. I don't. No, we're not even gonna play them this year.
You were in Group A, right? And they were in Group B. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And tell me, who's the most difficult player for you to play against in EuroCup? Now that you had a bigger role and more minutes, who was the most difficult player or difficult team to play against?
I'm trying to think. You know who was really tough? That was probably like y'all would be surprised. Was really tough.
I'm not that surprised.
You're not that surprised.
But considering their results this year, I am. But Ulm has a good management. So why are they the most difficult?
So like I said, we try to punk every team. So they're young, but then every time they played against us, they were trying to punk us. Like they weren't backing down. You know what I mean?
That's good.
It's really good. Yeah, and I don't remember the German league being so physical, or even specifically Ulm being so physical. So when I played against them, I'm like, yo, what the hell? They're like trying to punk me. You know what I mean? So I was actually they were probably like the toughest, and when they were making threes, they were really good because they were running transition, with young legs. And then they would just kick it out and shoot threes, But then, they could actually slow it down and, be physical with us. So I think they were probably the toughest team that we played against through the season.
Yeah. What was the key in that last game against Gran Canaria before they went to the finals? What was the key to that game? Why did they? They were winning for the most of the last half, for the second half, but it seems like you guys, especially towards the end, had a chance to come back. Like, who were the players that were key for them, and what was the series like?
I think that in that last game, Joe Thompson, he had a stretch in the second quarter where he was just going ISO, and for Gran Canaria, that's not really their style, but things happen while you're in the playoffs. So I'm sure the coach was just like letting those guys play. And then Caleb Holmesley was also a big reason why they ended up winning that last game too. I think he actually signed with Başakşehir. That was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I think he signed with Başakşehir actually.
No way. Nice. Okay.
But then also, what's the three-man's name? The three-man for Gran Canaria? I forgot his name.
The three-man, well, we have like Brusino.
Brusino, there you go. Yeah.
Brusino,
yeah. So he was like, throughout the 3 games, he was like really big time because we really didn't have nobody that can match him. He was basically big guard that anytime he would get the ball, he would just shoot it right over anybody, So he was really good. And then Mike Toby was another guy that was really key for them also. Just a big guy that could stretch and shoot the three. And then, when we would switch, he would always get the rebound and, just put it right back up. So he was big too.
He found his role. There. Do you think your ex-teammate now, Ty, is going to have a nice time in EuroLeague now that he moved to Hapoel?
I think so. Now it's just really just the opportunity. I know he's going to be a rookie. So now everybody's going to try to go at him. I think he just has to stand his ground and show that he's here to stay for a while. I think he could play, playing with him for this year, and watching him how he works. Like, he's going to be in the EuroLeague for a long time if Intuitus trusts him and just lets him play how he knows how to play.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing him to see what he can do. He can do in the EuroLeague.
Oh,
I think
I'm
EuroLeague will
excited.
be. Yeah, I think however many games there will be, I think that having those 3 additional teams now, of course, Alba has forfeited their EuroLeague stretch. I think it will be easier for some maybe weaker team on paper to make a surprise or to make a good run, a good winning run. And I'm excited to see who is going to be which teams are going to do that. Like Hapwell, are they playing in Sofia, Victor? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be interesting to see that. It will be interesting to see.
Not just in EuroLeague, but also in domestic league too. It's going to be a lot of those lower teams that are playing 1 game a week. They're just going to be fresh, ready for a EuroLeague team, because they're going to come off double weeks, every other week, and they're just going to come out just ready gunning, just trying to push it and, try to, make their legs even more tired, the EuroLeague team. So definitely it's going to be a lot of...
You're preparing for the Europe and they're preparing for you.
Exactly. That's going to be insane. It's going to be insane.
So what do you think will be the teams in both EuroLeague and EuroCup? Everybody name 1 or 2 that you think that might be the surprises, and maybe one that will maybe flop.
Right now, I think Paris will flop compared to the last season. Like, they lost a lot of players. I think they will be lower on the table quite significantly.
And they didn't sign JALEEN, so...
And they didn't sign JALEEN as well, so that's the biggest reason why. But yeah, Dubai, I think, would be a dark horse. Could be.
I think they could be. I think it just depends on who they're going to sign. I think it just depends on who they're going to sign these next couple of weeks. I know they're keeping majority of those EuroLeague experienced guys from this past season. But I think they could definitely be. Alexis coming. Who they got?
Musa.
Oh, Musa. Yeah. No, he's... it'll be interesting to see how he's going to play out of Madrid's system. That's going to be interesting.
I think he was a little bit like strangled in that Real Madrid team. I think if he has a bigger role here, like a leadership role, I think he might show us his talent. He's still very young, though.
You think he'll average over 20? You think he'll average over 20 for the season? I think he's capable.
I think he's capable of that. Maybe we need to see how consistent he will be, but I think he is capable of that. Like his ISO can be a problem for the defenders, and he can shoot. Like he has the ability to do that. But we will need to see how he. There are players that can fit the role, like the role players in Dubai, and I think that Musa can be the leader. Alexa and Musa can be the 2 leaders in the backcourt. Like I think that's a good a duo that has a potential for scoring, but we will see.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think
any other team.
I think Dubai definitely a dark horse. No, I changed that. I say Valencia.
I was thinking about that.
I'm going with Valencia being a dark horse. Yeah, no, I think because like even watching them play in EuroCup, it was like a step above EuroCup. You know what I mean? Like because they play so fast, play so free. Like anybody can shoot a 3. I think they're going to be. They might be in play-in, or if not, like that borderline play-in. I think they're going to be right there.
I think they will be above Baskonia, for example. Baskonia seems like it's strange what they're doing right now. I'm not sure what their goal is, like if they want to make their team a little bit younger or something, but I think they will be above Baskonia for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like losing Moneke now. Moneke was your biggest factor, and now you don't have him. They didn't sign somebody who could replace him. Nicola, what do you think?
And then another one that I think is going to disappoint is I think Bayern. I think Bayern's going to be a disappointment.
Okay.
I had them more as the dark horse.
Huh?
I had them more as a dark horse, but
I mean they're losing now. Booker, he was big. He was very important.
I loved him
I
last
think
season. Like
Gabriel.
in my fantasy EuroLeague team, he was at the center position the whole way until he got injured. I was so devastated when he got
no,
injured. Like
he was very efficient, right? Very got a lot
yeah,
of good
he
numbers.
was amazing. Like he was after Lazar for me for the first half of the season until he got injured. He was the guy for me after Lazar. Of course, Lazar got
Yeah,
injured
for sure.
before, but he was amazing. Him and Joel Bolomboy for their price, they were amazing before their injuries.
Right.
You
And
don't
then
think Wayne and Gabriel can fit in Bayern?
he's not the same player. You know, he like Booker, he could stretch it to the 5.
He can
To the
shoot.
5 to the 3. He can shoot, he can rebound, and he finishes
Mhm.
inside. Like Wade Gabriel's like, you know, your typical 5-man, you know, like his motor is like crazy. You know, he's gonna get your rebounds, but he's not gonna be able to stretch the floor like him. You know, I feel like for next season for Munich, they're gonna play Votman more at the 5 just to get a different look at the 5. You know,
Yeah.
but then
Yes.
then also for their point guards, I don't know if William Beck. I don't know if Weiler Bab will be back, and he's another important piece for them.
Goes to FS.
He's going to
going to-
Memphis, and
He
He's
went,
going to FS?
I think.
Mhm.
I believe so, yeah.
Yes.
And he does everything for them, you know? Like you gotta basically find another player that's gonna do everything that he does: defend, rebound, make
That's
like
impossible.
create for other
Like
players.
that's straight impossible.
No, exactly. So even though I forgot Carson Edwards gonna still be there, but you're not gonna have those two key pieces. It's gonna be tough to replace those guys.
You're right. I wasn't looking at them, but yes, that's a good one too. And also, there is a team that has won the EuroLeague this season that I think it will be very challenging for them to do that again. Fenerbahce has lost Guduric and Hayes Davis.
Guduric, I love how he plays, man. I
He
love
is
how
amazing.
he plays.
He's an amazing
He's
guy,
amazing.
but he is this was his most this was his best season, I would say, in Europe, and he just grew as a player so much over the last season. I think he was amazing.
It was just like with him is like, you know, he won't do nothing for a couple minutes. He'll see the team is like, you know, struggling, and he'll just hit a big shot just to stop the other team's run. It was just it's just like a certain feel he had for the game. It was like on another level, you know. And then, you know, with his ISO and stuff, it was, you know, he would make the big shots. He had a couple of them in the Final Four. It was crazy, man.
He was the crucial player in the finals. Like, yes, Hayes Davis got the MVP, but Guduric was crucial for them. And I'm happy to see him get probably a better contract. And I think that now that we are going like that route, Guduric going to Milano, I think that I don't know for how long Josh Nebo will be injured, but that center line, Josh Nebo and Devin Booker is it's an amazing one. Like that can be a very, very attractive. Also, they can be a good rim protectors, especially Nebo with his vertical. Like Booker can stretch the court. I think Olimpia Milano could be one of the dark horses. I don't think many people are considering them a potential, even though they're always there around the play-in.
Right.
But they always disappoint in the past few seasons, even though they have seen
Messina
that.
staying? Messina staying?
I think he
then
is.
Olimpia Milano will not make.
I knew you were gonna say that.
He's coaching like we're still in the 90s. You cannot coach like that. I respect him as a coach. He's a legend, okay, but he doesn't improve his game as a coach. Like there are a couple of coaches who are just below the level of the others. Like
they had a lot of
Banki's one
injuries though. They had a lot of injuries though last season.
They did. They was getting hit with the injury bug.
Exactly.
Exactly day. Yeah,
bro,
no, he's still there too.
We had a pub. We organized a couple of pub quizzes throughout the season in our local pub, and there were for 2 of those pub quizzes, like in the 2 months apart or 3 months apart, there was the same question. who is the best 3-point shooter percentage-wise, having shot more than 3 shots per game. It was always Zach LeDay, both times. Like
Wow.
he was on par with Alec Peters, Tarik Biberovic.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was so efficient. His last season for him was amazing.
It was good.
He was so great. Like I loved him. He was, I think, in my opinion, in my eyes, he was the best player in the team last season.
Oh no,
And
for sure, no question. Because he like Messina said, he was like Draymond. He was getting the rebound, like he was even defending. The best like other four man. It was really good. It kind of like him coming from Milan to Partizan helped him so much. So when he got back to Milan, it was just like he even improved his game for this season. So I'm excited to see how he's going to do now in year 2 in Milan. So that's going to be very good.
I think Milan will go into at least play-ins.
I think so too. I like your take on them. I completely forgot about them, like you said. That they can
Quinn
also
Ellis. We mentioned Quinn Ellis coming to them as well. So for 4 seasons as well.
If they get Lorenzo Brown, they're gonna have their
Lorenzo
point guard.
Brown is
They'll have
close.
their point guard.
Yes.
Yeah. That's gonna be big also.
I think
what do we bet on, guys? What do we bet on?
It's gonna be tough.
I'm betting against. It's gonna be maximum 10 seat, man. But I mean, Lorenzo Brown, okay, great player and all, but he doesn't play that role anymore. And as you know, also when I do the 2K roster, sometimes I'm surprised because if you like go only by names, then like Lorenzo Brown would be still very up there. But I compared his stats to other guards, and he was just slightly above average. And okay, it was at Panathinaikos. When you play at a team like at Panathinaikos or Real Madrid, for example, like I think there's 8 guys of Real Madrid who can be superstars at other teams, but I don't think that Lorenzo Brown is somewhere near to his prime. So.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was a little bit. He was also, as you said, playing in Panathinaikos, you can't shine when you have Slukas, Kendrick Nunn, and Grant, who has such defensive role, but also can score. Like it's tough. But I think that him coming to Milan he will have more opportunities there to show what he's capable of. He is capable, but he just needs to find himself.
He is, but sure. Messina is not capable to make players better.
Yeah. We'll call him so you can say that to his face. Yeah, okay. But
I think there was something like this, like a video where somebody was saying to Messina something and he was turning to him and then he sat down next to him. I don't know what it was, but it just came up in my mind.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that game. You remember that? Yeah. So somebody was telling something to him like during the game, and then he suddenly went to him and sat next to him.
Yeah, tell me to my face. Yeah, that's.
No, I mean he was a good coach and all, but the game improves, and it seems like Milano is stuck somewhere in the mud and in the mud, and it's like I don't know. They cannot move for how long? 3 years from those spots from being hey man, they're gonna make top 8, top 10. And then suddenly they go down to 12, and it's kind of like always of a hype for Milano, also at the start of the season always, and then they suddenly go down. The same I see with Žalgiris a lot of times. It seems like they always start like a 4-1, 4-2, 5-1, 5-2, and then they suddenly have a big downfall.
Yeah, I think their philosophy is a little bit different to Milan's. Like Žalgiris has never brought in any superstars. It's not like their philosophy, especially with Trinchieri is now gone, of course, but it seems like they want to push their talents as well as get some players that could improve and have a better role and bigger role in their team. I think, for example, Alen Smailagić prospered going there, even though he had his ups and downs, but I think that his game got better, and I think he will get better. Not having so much pressure as being in Partizan, like being in Partizan as a Serb is a big pressure. But yeah, I wanted to touch, because we touched on Panathinaikos. I wanted Jalen to comment on the TJ Shorts, Kendrick Nunn, Slukas, Grant guard combination. Like, what do you think will the roles will be, looking at how they played last year?
Now, I think, kind of how Lorenzo Brown happened to Lorenzo Brown. I feel like it's not going to be so much with TJ Shorts. I think Slukas his minutes would probably go down. He might play like the big games, but not so much as many games as he did last year. So I think TJ Shorts and Kendrick Nunn, I think they're probably going to play a lot together.
I would hope so.
But the thing is, I think it's going to be new for TJ because, it's now he has to share the ball with another ball dominant guard, So now how effective is he going to be off the ball, or if Ataman is going to, play Nunn in one squad and have TJ play in another squad where they both could be, dominant, and then at the end of the game that they play together and just see whoever's hot at the end, So that's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic is going to be with those two guys. Because, I know, Grant, he could play off the ball and play on the ball, but now TJ Shorts, he has to figure out how he could play off of Kendrick Nunn and also Kendrick Nunn play off of TJ Shorts. So
I think I think it will be tougher for TJ because he has come from a system that was founded by Thomas Sisalo, which has dearly missed in EuroLeague. I would love for him to come back and make another team like that, which is very difficult to do, but he is capable of doing that. Ataman is famous for giving opportunities to the guys that want to take it. But I think that it will be shocking for Shorts to be a part of a team that doesn't run so much, that they don't run as much as Paris does.
A lot of old, exactly.
A lot of slower legs. Like the only ones that can run are probably like Grant and Nunn. The other guys, however skilled and however big of a quality they are more suitable for the positional offense. And I will be very intrigued to see how he adapts to a little bit of a slower style of play.
I would be really shocked if he plays really well starting out right away. But it might take like a couple games, but then I think he's going to find the rhythm, like you said, he's been in the slow system for now, like, I think it was like 3 or 4 years. So when you get used to that, it's going to be tough to get out of that and, play in a whole new system, even though Ataman, he gives his guys a lot of freedom just to play. But like you said, it's going to be, now he's not going to have the ball as much. And also he's not going to have as many opportunities now because the guys aren't running all the time, So it's going to be less like possessions and less opportunity. But I think with the opportunity he'll have, he's going to be effective in those opportunities. For sure.
The biggest quality that he has is he can attract the defense and get the outside pass to the guy. And if Juancho plays and has the shooting percentage that he had last season, that can be very effective. Also, I think Nunn should work on his shooting even more this summer because I think he could get open looks when TJ Shorts goes for an ISO. He can attract 2 or 3 players easily. Get the pass out.
Go ahead. Keep going. Go ahead.
No, that's it. And he can also shoot the mid range very well, extremely well.
No, exactly. And I think if they do play together, it's going to take a lot of pressure off of Nunn also. So that could be a reason why they also got TJ. So, most teams always have like one defender, trying to guard him. So now they got to focus on how they're going to guard TJ. Now, imagine if TJ Shorts is going off, and then you got Kendrick Nunn with like a weaker defender. It's like, man, it's like pick your poison, man. It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. When one of them is not playing well, the other can pick it up. They also have Slukas on the bench. Like that's just
like it's gonna be like Ottoman, just pick out of the bag, just who you want today. It's gonna be crazy.
At one point, he must go in blindfolded and pick the guys randomly, like
exactly.
Just to play
you
the
go
game.
in. You go in now.
That's it. Exactly.
Let's go.
That's going to be crazy, and I think they are. I think they will be the favorite. For me, they are the favorites to finish first in the season. Like finishing
So
first,
they
we know, is
won't.
so they won't win
Yeah,
the EuroLeague, because
yeah.
that's something that has become a rule now. But I think they will have the strongest squad next season, especially if Valanciunas comes. Like, bro, that's a cheat code.
And I heard he will just be the backup for Lazar,
That's
which is
crazy. Valanciunas
that's
being
crazy,
backup
huh?
for Lazar is a crazy team. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and Denver
Yeah,
Nuggets were
imagine him being the
interested.
backup against the other backup, man.
yes.
Jesus, it's
Like,
gonna
what?
be
No. That's their team
easy
is
for
gonna be
him.
crazy. Yeah, their team is gonna be crazy if Valanciunas comes. Like, that's like a cheat code. That's a cheat code.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
imagine you're from a lower team, maybe from the Greek league, and like you come in as a center, and then like Lazar is there. You're a young guy. You come in, and then it's like, oh no, I have to play against Lazar. Nah, don't worry, you'll play against the backup. Who's the backup? Valanciunas. Wow.
I posted on our story today, this morning, when I heard the new news about Valanciunas. Like,
I saw it.
Giannakopoulos is working his way up to Jokic. Like, he is getting into Denver squad now. Like, he is working his way up to Jokic. We know that that's his wish, and I think that however crazy he is, like, he could be the one to get Jokic back in the EuroLeague for sure. Like,
Oh
he
no, for
is.
sure, for sure.
He is amazing. He's so funny.
Jokic will have the record breaking contract whenever he go to Pana for sure.
Of course, like, whatever it is, he can milk the Denver team and the NBA teams for the next couple of years. And when he wants to go back, like, he is up for a big money. He's amazing.
Well, he already made that move to tell Denver, hey man, I'm here, because Denver wanted Valanciunas, and he got it now.
I think Denver is making room for another signing, while getting rid of Valanciunas. But we will see. We will see how it goes.
They wanted him, but yeah. Jalen, the EuroCup draw was yesterday. Like, how is it now? Because you, as a club, you don't know the rosters yet. Like, is there something that you speak about, or is it just okay? We know which teams we are playing, but that's it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I literally just found out about it today, but I know I was looking at the groups. I don't know. I don't know what group will be like stronger. I feel like both groups are pretty balanced. I think a lot of the teams in my group I've played against, so that kind of helps in that way. But I haven't really seen much about any other teams. I just seen a couple signings here and there, but not so much.
Well, I think the favorite should be still Jerusalem, maybe even Cluj. I don't know how like your ex team will line up, but yeah, losing you and Odiase, for example. Who did they sign? You said Barcheshi?
They
Except
signed
Flynn and
Caleb Holmesley. They
yeah.
signed. He played for
Hale?
AEK.
Yeah, Hale.
No,
think
not
it was.
Hale. Yes, Hale. Yes, there you go. Hunter Hale. Yeah, Hunter Hale. But those are the and Balsha. They signed Balsha. Kapovica.
Yeah, it's Balsha now.
Yeah.
Is Simonovic still there?
And then no, he left. Simonovic left.
No, I think
The only two that stayed. The only two that stayed were Kavanaugh and Ponitka. And then Kane and Sapai. Yeah, those
pretty
three
much
guys
a new
are like
team.
the main guys. Yeah.
I'm
Pretty
wondering
much,
to see if London gonna go. Do you think London will go all in and try to get to the EuroLeague? I mean, with all the rumors about, no, it's not rumors anymore, but about the new stadium, the new arena that's gonna be built. So I think they want to go big and go to the EuroLeague, but I haven't seen any signings from them yet.
No. I know some people departed, but do you know how long they trying to? Are they trying to build the arena right away, or is it going to be like a 2 or 3 year project? I think that really depends on that too.
I think they wanted to find the sponsors first, and they have like 2 big names that's gonna be like sponsoring the arena. So I think they're good to go, but I don't know when they're gonna start building it actually, and it's gonna be finished.
I think
it will take at least 3 years.
Yeah. I think whenever they get close to like, that being built, I think they're gonna go all in. But I think right now, I think they probably might even take their time. I think they just say EuroCup. Maybe they might find a year where they might get lucky and end up going to EuroLeague. But I think whenever that new arena gets built, I think they're gonna definitely go all in and try to go to EuroLeague after that.
And who do you think could surprise maybe? Because we know the big names like that maybe come up, at least in my mind. It's like Jerusalem, even maybe Manresa, because it's a Spanish team. Like you can never underestimate a Spanish team, and even Cluj. Your team will probably be also good, and then I don't know how Ulm will be now losing Sharaf and Senge, but so who do you think maybe?
Good?
Budućnost probably, of course.
I was about to say that, bro. You were
I was actually
words
thinking that. I was thinking that too. I didn't know if they were already good or not. I was thinking Budućnost too, but I think
you're going to go back to Morochov with the fans, bro. Yeah.
But I know
Besiktas is a force. Like Besiktas is a force. Olimpijevich, I love him. I love Olimpijevich. Like his coaching skill and his energy is amazing.
Getting rid of all those guys that basically led them to the Turkish final is saying something,
Yeah.
Like I think the only one they're going to keep is probably Matthews.
Yes, I think so too. I think they all the others left, which shows just how good he is at making players better. And
for sure.
He didn't sign a new contract for nothing. Like they want to keep him there. Like, and he feels good there. And I'm very excited for him. Like whatever they do, I'm very excited for him.
Yeah. So I think like you said, getting him, I think they're trying to go all in, trying to get to EuroLeague also. So like you said, maybe Vic, if Besiktas moves up, maybe Başakşehir would join forces with them, and then they just make like one super club, So that might happen.
Might happen. And you also played against Niners Chemnitz. Okay, it was a couple of years ago. But do you think they can make that let's say big step? Because people in Germany, say from Eastern Germany to the EuroCup, it's kind of like tough. And Chemnitz has been like back when you played and me also played like Pro A, Pro B, they were like kind of like there, like Pro A most of the time, and suddenly they're in the EuroCup. Do you think they can stay there? Like you have played against them, the organization maybe a little bit.
I think the style they have, like with the coach, is really good. I like the style that they play. They play physical, they play fast. It's kind of similar to how Paris was, whenever I played them, whenever they're in Bonn, but on a lower scale, if you know what I mean. It's not as demanding. It's not as much running, but it's still like fast and still physical. They just don't have the quality of players that Paris did. So I think they will do okay, but I think that this first year in EuroCup is going to be pretty new for them. So I think they'll struggle. Like you said, coming from East Germany and the travel and stuff like that, that's going to be new. But I think they're going to be okay. I don't think they're going to do nothing crazy like get to the playoffs in EuroCup, but they're going to have a decent record where they won't be like at the bottom,
Yeah, I think Litka Belesen also trying to losing a lot of players will be probably, I don't know. I'm kind of curious about Panionios, to be honest. Like nobody's talking about that team so much, but
I just know they signed a guy from Turkey. That's the only thing I know, and he was pretty good. But other than that, I haven't heard nothing.
Yeah, and we were talking with you about the club, and you were like, you didn't knew them that much. Like this club was on the edge to actually go down like to the third or fourth league because of lack of money. And suddenly they have the money, it seems, because otherwise they wouldn't be in the EuroCup. But I'm kind of curious. And next question about you guys. What do you think, where will Brian Dunstan end up signing?
Ooh. I was actually talking with him the other day about this.
Okay, maybe you know more.
No. I don't. He said,
like this question was on purpose, like to see how good of a friend you are.
This is what he told me. I know
He told me to
Check
ask
it.
you. No, he didn't.
Oh wow! So he said he want to stay EuroLeague, but I think it just depends. I think it's just him. He just want to keep playing. I think that's the most important thing with him. He don't want to be like
Like a backup to
basically
a
like
backup.
a vet.
Yeah.
Exactly. He don't want to be like the veteran, teaching the young guys. I know. I mean, the competitor he is, he wants to play, and I think wherever he ends up, I think it just depends on like maybe the country and the weather, with his family and stuff. But I think EuroLeague, I think they would take him.
I
But
hope he
even some
stays.
teams
Like,
in EuroCup for sure.
I really hope
he would play
stays.
EuroCup for sure.
I
hope so too.
What I respect about him, and I've talked about it on our podcast many times. Like when he comes in after Smailagic or Birutis or whatever, like whatever minutes he has, he's always responsible for the best center in the other team, and the physicality that he plays at that age is just amazing. Like I love watching him.
And the
He
size,
is,
his
and the
size, man.
size,
He's like
yes, and the
undersized.
size as well. Yeah. So that's impressive. That's very impressive. Knowing what happened to him, like the accident he had and everything, and he's come back. Like I have a big respect for him, and while he wasn't always the best fantasy EuroLeague player to pick, he has my respect. Like basketball wise, he is. I would hope that he stays in EuroLeague, finds his way somewhere.
But
Yeah,
if he
no,
goes
for
to
sure. I hope
EuroCup,
so
then
too.
he'll also earn you some points, right? He'll earn you more
Yes,
points then.
that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good addition. Yeah. If he comes somewhere like Panionios, that's starting five for sure. Like
Are
I'm
you
just
hinting
guessing
at
it.
something? I don't know because no, I'm
Like-
kidding.
like-
I spoke with him. I spoke with him, and he said he doesn't want to move so far from either Kaunas or like he means to sign again. But now with Trinchieri fired, I don't think that like the new coach wants to go another ways like it was for Jalen also at Bakcheshi here. And he said it's rather like Lithuania or Greece, like Athens, because his wife is also from Greece. And well, if you look in EuroLeague wise, it's just Olympiacos, Panathinaikos, and Žalgiris, So Žalgiris might be off the table now with Trinchieri and all those signings. Panathinaikos, okay. I mean, Valanciunas, Olympiacos, I don't know if they want to, if they need another veteran. So looking at the EuroCup, it might be actually Panionios. I don't know.
I just said it like I put it out. I
What
pulled it
is it,
out.
Aris?
Like,
Aris?
I
randomly.
really think that.
Completely
I
randomly.
really think that. Now, Aris is Saloniki, though. It's also in Greece, but it's like he said specifically Athens. And
Okay.
Because there are more Serbians in Thessaloniki, he doesn't want that. Like
Bulgarians also. Bulgarians also.
It's closer to the border. Like no way. Athens is far away now.
We were talking about Hapoel Tel Aviv. Actually, he said if like the problem is he feels that nobody wants to really go to the Israeli teams, but with Hapoel now saying that they will locate themselves completely in Sofia and will not play probably the Winners' League, like the Israeli League at all. It's actually something that maybe can also, like, you can get easier players like that. I don't know where Maccabi's gonna play, to be honest, if they're gonna go back to Alexander Nikolic, because the Greek and the Cyprus option I think are from table.
I think they'll stay here. I think they'll stay here.
Yeah. I think it's going to still be in Belgrade. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's going to be them in
and
Jerusalem. Them in Jerusalem going to be in Belgrade.
Yeah. They're used to this hall. They have been here for 2 seasons, I think. It's 2 seasons already. Like, yeah, I think they will stay. They will stay here for however long this war takes place. But yeah, I think they will not relocate anywhere.
And
I think they did a good. And I think they did a great job extending Jalen Horde. Like, I loved watching him last season.
No, he's another guy that gives you good points too.
Yeah, he was. Like he was in my team for a big part of the season. Like a big part of the season. He was so efficient.
I think he could play also a good factor for France, actually, off the bench.
He could.
Now at the Eurobasket.
Especially with well, of course, yeah. Gobert and Wembanyama are not his position, but those are 2 places in the roster that are now empty. So yeah,
Right.
it's a tough fight for the French players. Like they have a deep roster. They have a very deep roster. Okobo missing the Olympic Games was a little bit frustrating for him, I guess, but that just shows how competitive their side is.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
for
kind of
sure.
surprising because they decided back then to, like for me, it was surprising. They decided to take Strazel to the Olympics instead of Okobo. I was kind of like, wow. But if I take a look now at Strazel, how he's playing, well, he's a very good factor. I like the way Strazel plays, but to be honest, I liked almost the whole Monaco team, like especially the Final Four and guys like Blossom Game, for example. Man,
Oof,
like this
yeah.
guy is doing a lot of dirty work,
Dirty
and
work.
that is not shown on the stat sheet. I like players like that, and just wanted to say because it's coming to my mind. Sorry, it's a bit off topic now, but you guys talked about Fenerbahce and that okay, they probably not win the championship back to back, but I think they're still good. There were a lot of players like Biberovic, he can be like the next superstar, and Devon Hall, man.
Oof.
At some occasions he looked like, I don't say he played exactly like, but his movement was like Michael
He's
Jordan.
there.
Like
Yeah.
he was very good. Like I remember when he was at Milano again at Torre Messina, he couldn't like get to his biggest potential. Now he does, and I think Chavas can make players way better. Maybe also that he will try to get Jokubaitis there. That connection would also be nice. So yeah,
I
just
think
wanted to.
Yeah, I think Fenerbahce will depend a lot on who they bring in to replace Hayes Davis. That will be the most challenging. And also their center line. Like, okay, the most impressive thing about Fenerbahce for me is how they won the championship without a center. Not that they're not the
Mhm.
EuroLeague quality centers, but name-wise, you wouldn't say that those players are at that level like some other centers in other teams. Like,
Yeah.
of course, they did the work. They put in the shift. They were very important for the team. But when you look at the roster, the names, it's basically like they won the championship without a proper center, like without a big center name, which is impressive for me. That I couldn't imagine that at the start of the season, especially when once Baldwin started playing a little bit weaker and then he got injured. They had a lot of injuries throughout the season as well. So
Mhm.
Mhm.
Fenerbahce they pulled a blinder in this season, and I think it will be
But this
challenging.
surprised us all.
It
This surprised us
definitely,
all.
like they were awesome. They were only one win away from being the top seed in the regular season, which is also
Better
very
not.
impressive. Yeah. Yeah, better not.
Better not to be
Yeah,
top
if
seed.
they were the first, they wouldn't have won.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah. Jalen, what music are you listening to? If we can get a little bit off topic, I would like to know a little bit more about that side. What kind of music are you listening? Do
No,
you have a routine before the game? Like when you lock in, when you prepare for the game?
I like usually I listen to some rap. I listen to a lot of R&B, a lot of R&B artists, just sparingly. Most of the artists I listen to is like Travis Scott,
Hmm.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar, like K
Uh,
Dot is a beast.
no, he's good. He's good. That's really for rap. Also listen to a guy named Logic. Have you heard of him?
Logic, yes, he's a lyricist and a half. Like he is an Eminem
Yes.
2.0. Like
Yes.
he's
So I
awesome.
love Logic. So I listen to those three a lot. And then for R&B, I listen to Leon Thomas. Leon
Yeah, I've
Thomas.
heard, I've heard, I've heard, I've
Him.
heard.
Uh, Giveon. Him. And then it's a chick that I also listen to. Her name is damn, I forgot her name. But it's a chick.
That's okay. Yeah, yeah. That's. Do you listen to
I'll
some
have to
older
send in the
stuff?
group.
Do you listen to some older stuff like
Sometimes when I'm in the mood, more or less is more like the newer like R&B, but
yeah.
not so much. Like I would listen to like Michael Jackson. I would listen to him from time to
Oh,
time, but not
nice,
so much.
nice. That's quality. That's quality
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Okay. Do you have like a go-to song before the game, or that's not your kind of thing?
No, not my kind of thing. No, because you have a song and then you do it for like 3 or 4 games, you're like, okay, I gotta change songs, man. This
And
is
you're
getting
sick
boring.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't listen
exactly,
to it
exactly,
for 2 months. Yeah.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Jalen, I have also one topic question to you, if I might. What do you think about the drill music culture? Like, is it a thing that may be good to bring out, like, especially from Chicago, those rappers out, or is it something that maybe would boost like all the criminality in the U.S. and especially the Chicago hoods?
Say that one more time.
Like the drill music that
Yeah. Okay, the
yeah.
drill music. That's the thing, man. Like, drill didn't. I mean, I feel like drill didn't really come out until maybe 5 years ago, maybe. That's when everybody started listening to it. So I think, I mean, it's a good thing that people come out for that. They want to do their thing for that. But I mean, just music. It's just music. It's like different
Yeah.
music.
It's just music. It's
It's
just
kind of
music.
how Drake just kind of like changes from like R&B to rap to like Jamaican to like kind of like drill. I mean, it's just music that's now it's like the newest hot thing.
When Eminem was coming up, they were saying like he is making the kids go bad. Like, but it's yeah, he is not. That's just
It's just
music.
it's
Like,
just what's hot. Exactly. It's just what's hot. Like that could like drill could be hot, and then somebody would maybe Kendrick would drop something in like maybe a month or so, and that's gonna be the next hot thing, and everybody's gonna be a lyricist. So it just depends on whatever's hot at the moment.
I just happened to
Yeah,
watch
but it
the
could.
Super Bowl, the last Super Bowl 2 days ago. Again, like that show was unbelievable. Like
That was
Kendrick on
crazy.
in the Super Bowl was just
I didn't even watch the
that.
Super Bowl. I just watched the show for Kendrick, man.
Well, he
That's all I
was,
watched.
yeah. I still watch it from time to time, like just to have the chills down my spine. That's a show and a half. Like he is amazing. He
No,
is
he's
so
good.
good.
He's good. What were you gonna say, Vic?
No, I was just saying because like I was explicitly talking about, for example, like Chief Keef and stuff like that, like people like that who came out like of the gangster hood and stuff like that. So because it's a big topic right now in the US, and then I wanted to see how you think and maybe how you, I don't know if it's like a big topic for like people that you have in US America because you're from the South, but is
Yeah,
it
no,
something
not
that
not
is
so
also
much.
like only in Chicago, right? Like in some other cities. Yeah.
Right, like Chicago, I think New York are two big ones because those are like where the really drill was like kind of like coming from.
Mm, yeah.
Like I
Gotcha.
know in Texas, like rap is more slower. A
Yeah.
lot more. I mean, a lot more slower, and they kind of like from Houston. It's like a thing called like screwing music. So like they'll like kind of like how you kind of like scratch a record. That's kind of like what they do in Houston. Like so
Mm.
you play a song and they'll scratch it back, scratch it back, scratch it back, and then they'll let the song play. Like it's like that. It sounds exactly just like that. I'll have to send you like a famous guy that he basically invented like screw music.
Nice. That I would love that. I love listening to rap. So that's
Yeah.
something that I grew up on. So I'm very interested myself.
Okay, that's a
Screwed
bet.
music
I'll send it
is
right
used
after
a
this.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Screwed music slowed down. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have already how long? Almost
2
2 hours, huh?
hours.
Yeah.
Bro, when the
I was like,
when the real talk is good, man, like that time flies. Like
no, that's
that's
the best. That's the best.
Yeah. So I would like to a little bit to talk also about the cyber stuff about 2K. And with Nicola, we have hosted the Cyber EuroCup Final Four. Maybe just 2, 3, 4 minutes. Nicola, were you surprised at the end? Because Dejan was like leading all the way. The first seed curse also goes over from real life to our leagues, and he did
wow.
just make the third place.
Well, not that kind of surprise because when I spoke with him about his plan and everything, and he was faced Yannick. I know he don't know shots, what talked about the great perimeter shooters in Budućnost. I know very well that he saw him third place. He scored everything. He was totally dominating over Roca. So that's for
something
me.
went off for him. Yeah.
It's not surprising. But he was surprised. It's surprising because not focused on games. Maybe because he didn't do very well for the with that who controls Unic played he match up
Yeah.
like that. So, yeah, I didn't take that. So I don't know what happened to him. I can understand him a little bit. I can because he had played very well with them. Maybe that match he on the way he lost that. Maybe he he lost his head and everything went down. So I think with Bora actually killed.
But Roca said also, even though he made the final four, he had like, if you take the one game that he lost in the quarterfinals and also the one that he had for the last ticket of the EuroLeague against the BCL champion, he had like 1 win out of 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seemed that he's not in shape anymore. And what do you say about Bora as you have been his coach? I think even Jalen knows him back when he played. Bora was
he was Hopewell at the time. Hopewell, I think.
Yeah, Bora was like at the bottom of the league, and now he made it to the final. So he goes up to the EuroLeague now, and so.
And the matter of fact, he's 40 years old, man.
Yeah, but he's learning fast. That's normal for kids, right? So about the final, were you surprised, or I actually had Yannick as the favorite anyway, but
the Bora side because it's all also he's a great because he was controlled by on the I think. So, but he did great job and he was leading all the game, but I think was on side, so he just needed to play to win.
And tomorrow we will have as the last topic for the cyber basketball. We have the Cyber Euroleague Final Four, which will start at 4 p.m. in the afternoon with the stream on Sportal Serbia. And yeah, Nicola, you unfortunately just missed it again. And yeah, you will not like the teasing, but it's your 4th time being out in the quarterfinals, man. What's happening?
What's happening? How the Darkovic will in me.
Who did you choose? What was your team?
To say Bayern.
Bayern Munich. Okay.
Yeah.
And
so basically,
I was good with Kyrgios controlling Marcos, and it was a whole match on my side, but first I lost him 1. We were in stadium. Fourth win, 4th, and the 5th game it was tied, but to went in, so everything crashed down.
Yeah, 3-2, and also our Mr. EuroLeague Vujas cannot miss a Final Four, and Jalen also knows him. Yeah, but actually he was on the edge. Which seat was he? I think he was 7th because our league got better and better, and he was I think 7th seed, right?
Oh yeah,
7th seed.
Mm-hmm.
and
Who's he have?
made
Red
it
Star?
Monaco. And he played actually
Monaco.
against Zvezda, the former Cyber Euroleague champion, Turba.
Wow.
So it was an all-Serbian quarterfinal. And for the first time ever, we don't have two Serbians in the Final Four. But suddenly the Greeks are on top. We have two Greeks in the semi-final, and they'll match up each against a Lithuanian and a Serbian. So it's gonna be tomorrow. It started off with Nikos Kavakousis from Greece with Efes against Luka Vujasinovic with Monaco. So I think it's the third against the seventh seed, and we have the first against the fifth seed, as we have a Greek derby tomorrow also. After that, maybe just real quick, Nicola, about the two semifinals, and who do you think will be at the end? One, second, third, first, second, third.
One thing I can understand in my words, one play in against US, that is incredible. And when playoffs comes, he's talking different guy, and soft to him. So my cards are now Buyas, and I think he win. I cheer for even he is as well as the fan and played them. So yes, I think Czech is a tough front of him. It's Nikos who Efes able. Everyone should look how he plays. So other side, Greek derby, Nikos versus Akos, so great to watch. And I will cheer for Panathinaikos also for Yanis for everything, but Martin, I think also is guy. He's I think like to be first in every season for I don't know that guy.
Shout out to Buyas. Like shout out to Buyas.
Yeah, but
When we organized
he's
our tournament,
very.
was it in November last year that we organized it, or October, November? I don't know. I think it was November.
October, November.
November.
Yeah, something like that. Like he,
November, yeah.
like
November,
him,
yes.
him and Turba were amazing. There was one guy from Croatia that came all the way from Croatia to Belgrade to play in the tournament.
Dominic Jovanov, yeah.
Yeah, Dominic. Shout out to him as well. I think he won. No, did he win the whole tournament in the end?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, against Turba.
Yeah.
But yeah, but at the same time they were playing the finals. Vujas was playing with another guy on the other console, and he was Fenerbahce. And I challenged him to score 50 points with Wade Baldwin, and if he did,
he did.
It was 4 minutes quarter, by the way. So it was
Golly.
like he told me like, Nick, you want to see how bad how crazy Wade Baldwin is? Like I said, okay, let's do it. And I waited for the end of the first quarter to finish, and he had like 12, 13 points. And I said, if you score 50 with Baldwin, I get you a Wade Baldwin jersey. And he did. And he scored exactly 50 to the point at the end. So I still owe him the jersey, but when I go to Istanbul, I will get him the jersey for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Like, he is crazy. Like he is crazy. He's awesome.
Yeah, but this season he was on the edge almost to not make the Final Four. Like I said, like he was 7th seed, and yeah,
he just wanted you to think that. He just wanted you to think that. Like he's
trying to make it competitive this year, you know.
Yeah.
He's trying to just make it competitive, man.
And he was 2-0 up in the quarterfinals against the defending champion. He went down 2-2, and all both games were home.
Yeah,
and then game 5 he won. And then he wrote me immediately, "I'm not missing a Final Four, my man."
Yeah. Yeah, he is crazy. He's crazy. Awesome guy as well.
he also transitioned it, or now working also at Kakamega, so also bringing in his knowledge about basketball into real life basketball as well. That's also a nice story. Yeah. And yeah, anything else we want to talk about?
I got nothing. I got nothing.
I have a lot of questions for Jalen, of course,
For
but
all
maybe for now, let's finish it. Let's not keep the guy on
I know
the phone for.
we're gonna have a lot of these. We're gonna have a lot of
Yeah,
these.
we're going to have more, so we can talk about stuff in the coming weeks. So yeah,
Yeah, no, for
thank you guys
sure.
for having me as well. Like, thank you for having me as well in this
You're always
episode.
welcome.
I told you that me and Vic have been talking for a lot of time now. We supported the first season of Cyber Euroleague. We will support the second one. I'm exclusively telling you that, Vic, now. We will support it. We will talk about how and in what way. But yeah, you have us. You have us for the second season as well.
Nice. Okay. Wait, no, I listen to you first, then I show you something. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, yes, I just wanted to wait to tell you this on the podcast, but yes, we will talk details, but we will support you for this season as well. You're doing a great job. Now, unfortunately, I don't have time to play 2K as much as I did before, but I appreciate what you're doing. Like, I know how much work goes into it to make it all from scratch with all your designers and everything. So, yeah, big up for you and your team.
Thanks, but I also have to say it, also thanks from my side to the guys who are also supporting me, like all the players, all the gamers that also like volunteer to help admin stuff with all the sofa score and everything, and also thanks to, even though he's not playing anymore with us, but Jalen, because he helped me to bring up the league also with Bryant and Sasha when Sasha was also playing. So thank you also to you guys, and you share the story sometimes. Like, it's also bringing it to the people, and even Jalen, like for example, now as we spoke about Diase also, that he plays 2K and then also brings the word to the people that they can actually play with the team. So thanks also to that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Wait, just a second.
What he's about to bring up, I have no clue.
You grabbed a cup. Look like he grabbed a cup.
I am.
No way. What are you bringing to us? Oh, that's good, man. Where did you get that from?
Man.
Where did you get that from, bro?
I think it was AliExpress or something like that. I'm not sure. It was last year. I wanted to give it like always to the champion, and then like the champion would send it to the next one. But yeah, for now I'm keeping it, although it should have been at Tilba, but we didn't find a way to.
It's too nice. I'm not giving it away. Like,
no,
good.
it's not no, the problem was like the transport cost would be even maybe more than just to actually. Yeah, it comes all the way from China. So, but when I saw that, I was like. Yeah, actually, yeah, I could. Yeah. But now it wouldn't stay with Tilba for long, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, is you guys, I don't know, Jalen not playing that much 2K anymore, right? You're like more, you were college football and stuff, right?
College football and then Apex now.
New college football is coming out now, huh?
Comes out, I think, next Tuesday?
3 days?
I think next Tuesday, yeah.
Have you played football? Have you played football in college, Jalen?
No. I played it in high school. I played it for like 2 years. Yeah.
What position did you play?
Receiver, wide receiver, and then free safety.
Yeah, free safety, nice. Now that's a challenging role. Like that's tough.
And wide receiver, man, you can get a lot of injuries.
Oh yeah, no. Everybody was telling me like, "Oh, don't do receiver. You're gonna get hurt." You know, while I was playing basketball, I was like, "Man, I'm gonna do it anyway."
Yeah,
forget about it.
But you choose the right sport, though. I would say you choose the right sport. You choose the right sport.
You know, exactly,
Definitely.
exactly.
So also the information to you guys, we're gonna have also a short tournament after the weekend. It's gonna be Eurobasket. So also for everyone, because also the community in Fantasi Masteri asking you, Lazar, sometimes where they can play. We will also have updated the whole Eurobasket. We will have a tournament with it, and yeah, it's
Yeah, I will send them.
updated.
I will
And
send them all to you. I will send them all to your page so they can
okay.
watch everything, see everything. I always tell them to follow you because that's the easiest way to get in
Mhm.
touch.
Also, stay tuned for 2K26. We're gonna actually put up the quality a lot. We have a new designer, so
Perfect.
yeah, it's gonna be nice and lit. Okay, thanks from my side. It was very long, but it was good for me, so I could. Now it's not anymore 36 degrees outside, so I can finally go ball.
Me
Yeah.
too, man. Me too. I've been waiting for the temperature to go down.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Then thanks a lot to everyone.
Thank you for the viewers as well. See you guys.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, see y'all, man.
Yeah.
See y'all later.
See ya. See y'all.
See you.